Okay, so we're officially live right now. So we're talking about systems of equations, word problems, because you know how to solve systems of equations, but you don't have a slight idea even how they're used in real life. There's lots of applications for systems of equations, lots of applications. They're really, really useful in real life situations. This is an example of, a situation where you have 10 tees, like you know what I'm talking about, like golf ball tees, you know what I mean? Golf tees, those little things that hold the ball. 10 tees and 3 used golf balls cost $2.55. 3 tees and 4 used golf balls cost $3.09. How much does each item cost? Well, you could always get on your cell phone and call the guy that bought them, right? And ask him how much he paid for each, and then you wouldn't have to use systems of equations. But let's say his cell phone stopped working, and you have to get this information. It's really vitally important, okay? Then we start to use systems of equations. Systems of equations means how many sentences or how many equations are we looking for? How many equations? If we're talking about systems of equations, we want to have at least 2 equations, right? And pretty much this year, it's only 2, right? When you get into Algebra 2, you'll start doing 3 equations. I don't think you'll do more than 3 equations, but just 2. So we got to look for 2 equations. Okay, what is my first equation?
10 plus 3.
All right, so let's put it this way. We are looking for what? The cost of each item. How many items are there? I mean, how many different types of items? 2 different types of items. We have teas, right? And let's use a variable to identify that. The number of teas. We'll use T. Number of teas. T stands for the number of teas, right? Number of teas is T. How about the number of golf balls? We'll just say, we'll call it G, okay? G for golf balls. All right, so this means the number of them, right? Don't you agree with me? That's what's going to make the difference. Wait a minute, excuse me, hang on. Let me just look at this for a second. 10 tees and 3... No, it's not the number. Sorry. So the T stands for the value of the cost of the T, okay? Of the T's. The cost of the T's. And this is the cost of the golf balls. And that's what we don't know, right? Because that's what they're asking us to find. How much does each item cost? You with me? Now, this says we have 10 T's. This whole first sentence, right? So, Victoria, you should be writing this down now, okay? So it says, I'm going to write this whole sentence right here. 10 what?
T.
T. And means? And means? Plus, right? 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 Plus. Plus. 3 golf balls, 3G, right? Cost, that means equals $2.55. Now I'm going to recommend you write this as all in cents. Not always, but oftentimes. Especially when you're dealing with smaller amounts, my guess is these are going to be in cents, right? These are going to cost a certain number of cents because $2.55 and we've got 10 T's. There's no way they're going to be over $1, right? There's going to be less than $1. So it'd be easier if everything was in cents. How would I turn $2.55 into cents?
Get rid of the decimal.
I'd multiply it times 100, right?
What?
100 cents per dollar, and it would just move the decimal over, right? Right. So it's 255. All right, what's my second equation? 3T
plus 4G equals 3 over 2.
Pretty easy, right? Pretty straightforward. Now this is where it helps to have a calculator. I don't know if I have it. You do? All right, can you do it for me? That would be great. All right, so now we gotta look. We've got two equations, and we have to solve them. I would use elimination myself, right? You know what I mean? Because I have my t's in a column, I have my g's in a column, I have my equal sign in a column, and I have my costs in a column. So, what would you do?
Oh,
Yes.
I would multiply the top by -4
Okay.
and then the bottom by 3.
And the bottom by 3. All right. So you're going to try to eliminate the g's then, right? The golf balls, right?
Yeah, because it would
Okay.
be hard.
Okay. So let's do it. Let's say -4 times 10t is -40t, right? And then we've got -4 times 3g is -12g equals, okay, Violet, what's 255 times 4? I can add my negative myself. 255 times 4. 1020? Okay. All right. The next one, I have 3, that's 9t. And then I have plus 12g equals 927. Okay. Now I notice that I have negative 12g's and positive 12g's. That's awesome. So those are going to cross out. That's beautiful. So now I have negative, what's this going to be? 31. T is equal to, what's that? So is it going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
Definitely negative, because the bigger number is negative. Now I'm just going to subtract, right? So that'll become a 1. This is a 10. 7 from 10 is 3. 2 from, that'll become a 9. This will be 11. 2 from 11 is 9. And then that's it, 93. Negative 93, right? So I'll just write it over here. So it's negative 93. So I'm now going to divide by negative 31. Negative 31, the negatives cross out. 31 goes into 93 3 times, doesn't it? T is equal to 3 what?
Money.
3 what? Yeah, what kind of money did we make it?
Cents.
Cents. Cents. 3 cents. That's what we made it. So we know that the tees cost us 3 cents. But how much did the golf balls cost us?
So we got into the equation except we eliminated.
Yeah, we have to add the
Yeah. So we go back to one of our original equations before we multiplied by the -4 or the 3.
Wait, Garrett.
Either of these, and we're going to substitute the 3 cents in. Yes.
I was gonna ask if it matters or not, which equation you chose to put the
To put this back into?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference at all, because remember that whatever it is going to be true for both of them,
Yeah.
right? So we're going to just substitute that in. So I'm going to just come over here, and I don't know. Let's see. We're talking about t's. I'll just do the bottom one maybe. So 3 times 3 plus 4g is equal to 309. So that's 9 plus 4g is equal to 309. Subtract 9, subtract 9. 4g is equal to 300. That's not so bad. Half of 300 is 150. Half
Wait,
of
no, 4 goes into 100 50 times.
so
And then 50 times 3 is 50. I mean, 5 times 3 is. 4 goes into 100. It goes into 150 times. No.
so it's what?
50 times 50 times 50 times 50. 54 times.
So-
I meant 2 times.
Am I right? Is it 75 cents?
Yeah, 75.
It's 75 cents. So there we go. We know that the golf balls cost 75 cents. The tees cost 3 cents. So all of these problems on this homework sheet are going to be like this, with possibly one exception when unfortunately Lucinda scored a lower grade on the math algebra test than Graham did. It was so sad. She got 13 points lower than Graham. So you're going to have to figure out how to do that and write that as two equations. But you have to tell me what they both got on their Algebra 1 test.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Gary, when our school grades are right information.
So we will be publishing these grades